Welcome to Raw Babes 101. We are your hosts, Miss KK.
Don't fuck it up now.
I know. And
TT.
TT's in the house. Guys, wow.
We're still absorbing. So when we do, we're going to talk about our circles right now. When we do our circles, I'm still absorbing all that had transpired last night. We had an amazing turnout. The energy was on fire. We got shares from everybody, and everybody had such a profound experience. Honest to God, every circle that we've had, every single person has had a profound experience. So we are on, how many circles have we done now thus far?
Well, now we have pop-ups that we've done.
Yeah.
We've done since we started. We've been starting, well, so it's been since December, which we did our first collab, and then we ended up doing our
I have
own
a feeling
thing.
we're probably going to hit a dozen by summer.
Easily. Inside and outside. So Tiff and I want to just talk about a few things regarding the circle and what we have coming up. But I wanted to say something with what you had said. The willingness of the beings that have been showing up is the reason why they're having profound changes or discoveries, blockages being removed, is because they're showing up, they're removing their ego, and they're in it to win it. They're like, I've got nothing to lose, so fuck it. Just give it to me. What do you got?
It's very profound work. We're in this weird time in the world, and people are noticing that everything that they had been working so hard towards, what they thought was working so hard, was this false sense of reality.
I love that.
And it's really got super convoluted because of the influences around us due to social media, lies through
MSN.
radio, television, news broadcasts, and whatnot.
Scripted TV, man.
Yeah, we want to trust. We want to trust that, the information that we're getting is the right information. But what has really happened is it actually has woke up the fire inside of us, because we're now asking a lot of questions. We're questioning our purpose. We're questioning ourselves. If you're somebody who is sitting in a place where you're depressed, you're full of anxiety, you're doing all the things that you're trying to cope, you're probably lacking a purpose in your life. And when you lack a purpose in your life, that actually draws the energy out of us so much that it does the opposite of what we are trying to do.
You're blocking your source connection.
Yeah.
So there's actually no connection to your original blueprint. You've completely blocked it off, and then your body's saying, hey, there's anxiety, there's depression, and there's all these things. And even people that aren't feeling maybe depressed right now, but they're questioning their questions, this is a great time to lean into circles and different communities to get some answers, and using your discernment on what sounds right or aligns with your frequency.
It's so true.
Very important.
Very important. And why? Why is it important for you to attend like things like this, like the circles, lean into the podcast, lean into other forms of information that can feed your mind for, building, your self-confidence, your self-worth. And this is why we talk about filling your cup.
I was just going to fucking say, fill your cup.
We're learning this. I got goosebumps all over me. We're learning how important this is, because it's when we're not filling our cup, we're now getting flooded by insecure feelings that is standing in the way from our blueprint, our purpose. And when we do the things that, like, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals or people who want your greater good.
Yeah.
Really, if you are not, like, sometimes we think we're going crazy because of, like the situations that we're in. I can guarantee motherfucking T has a lot to do and everything to do with who you're surrounding yourself with. Everything. And you're not crazy for feeling insecure. Of course you're insecure if you don't have people around you that are supporting your higher good. If you have people around you that are going, no,
don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't say that.
Let's just forget about it. Let's just drink more.
You know what?
Let's just
get over yourself. Like, sweep it under the rug. Get over it. Well, unfortunately, getting over it is obviously the answer, but it's way more complicated than it seems, because we have these convoluted thoughts in our minds that is getting in the way from dealing. And when we do these circles, what we're doing is we're bringing to the surface the deep-rooted issues that you may need to face. I know you love talking about this, KK.
I do.
Like, you're really good at words with this one, so I let you take this one over because it's so important.
I wanted to just share, even back the truck up with purpose, because our purpose, you can work at Walmart and you can greet people, you can help people, you can be a cashier, and the people that come there will purposely come to your checkout because of your energy, because of your smile, and just because of who you are. So don't underestimate anybody's purpose here on this planet. It could just be to be. Your frequency could enter a room and it could completely alter, the state of the entire room. So I want you to understand that even working at, let's say, a Walmart, or somebody that amazing man, the amazing man at Save On Foods. He's been working there for years at 203rd. He is super, super sweet. He's always putting the carts in, and it's like my heart and my body gets this joy because he's smiling. He's always asking how people's day is, and that is his purpose. So the part with filling your cup, regardless of what your purpose may be, if you're not focusing on your wants and needs and your desires, you're not able to be there for your purpose of X, Y, and Z. So don't get that confused with a purpose of having to be this massive thing. You're already doing it, but what you're being asked of by your team is to continue to do the healing within. Because we come here to Earth School to learn the tools. It is Earth School, man. We are just here to evolve. And when you get out of your own way and you focus on your evolution and who you are as an individual. And Tiffany said this at the circle last night, and I completely resonate with it. And it's, you aren't responsible for anybody else. You aren't even responsible for your children. And this may sound super weird, and I know people are going to go, what? Of course you are. Yes, their needs in the sense that you're their guide and you're going to help them make better choices.
You have a responsibility.
You have a responsibility as a parent.
And it's different than being held responsible for the way other people lay out the rest of their lives, the way that they feel, the way that they absorb information. You are not responsible for that.
You are not. And it's like if somebody were to come to our circle, this is a great topic. I remember I invited one of my friends to a circle that had nothing to do with our circle. And I had this feeling inside that I was like, it's my responsibility if she has a good time. And so I had this pressure on me that I thought, I was like, I wonder how, if she liked it, and she took her time out of her day to do it with me. Hell no. She sat with me in the car. It was Andrea. Hi, Andrea. We love you. And she's like, girl, it is not your responsibility. She's like, I chose to come. I paid the money. You were nice enough to invite me and share that energy exchange. And how I think of it is my business. And I was like, oh my God, that was like a couple of years ago. I was like, yes, because that little girl in me was seeking approval. I was seeking approval by my peers and by others. And it's a pattern.
It's a codependent trait. And we talked about that a bit in our circle too.
We sure did.
When we did a really cool exercise, dyads, and Kristen led this part of the circle. And it was we were kind of odd people. So I joined in with, I partnered up with one of the girls in there. And it's funny because one person talks about what is blocking them in their life and what they need to do to move forward. And the other person just listens. And the other person is not allowed to nod, agree, console.
Exactly.
No, you literally, 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. Shut those lips and just
hold space.
Smile. Yeah, hold space, whatever it is. Now, that was a very defining moment for a lot of people, because how bad did they want to console, nod, agree? And
like I am right
yeah,
now.
I know. And I do it all the time
We all
too.
do.
And it is deep within us that we want to console and hold space for other people. And when we are nodding in agreement, sometimes that is a way of holding space so that they do feel comfortable opening up. But in this case, people were just opening up. Like, we were not coaxing anybody. We weren't trying to make them feel comfortable. No. Nothing. We had to sit there like this
and listen.
And if you watch YouTube, you can see what I'm doing.
So it was very profound, and I feel a lot of people walked away with that being one of their favorite exercises.
Yes. Good job.
And it's one of the ones that is uncomfortable, and people like overthink it. So you'll have to come and experience one of our circles, because we offer different ones, and this is another circle back of what we wanted to talk about. Yeah. So at this time, just so you guys are aware of the program, we're doing 2, and we're doing a raw meditation circle, and that will consist of strictly peaceful meditation, relaxation, going within. We will be doing Reiki healing, sound bowls with guided meditation, a little bit of group connecting, and it's very profound. We're doing it around usually the full moon, and we're going to do this one every single month. And then we have our raw transformation circle last Tuesday of every month, 7:30 to 9:30, and it's going to have a whole bunch of different tools and techniques to really tap in. And we will change up some things. We will keep some things the same. You'll just have to come and show up and just check your ego at the door and let the rest happen. And then another thing, Tiffany and I, we offer one-on-one sessions, and it's just going to look different for each person. We pretty much base it on whatever your needs are. We tap in, we're very intuitive, and we allow ourselves to be open and connected and get guided to whatever what's in your highest and best interest, of course, for your healing. And we would say to like pair this on top of the circles, because it's going to keep you accountable when you have, when you're investing in yourself. It's our number one purpose, is to invest in ourselves, to be honest, because without you, you don't have anything else. And if you're not full, how can you help fill anybody else?
This is a perfect segue into when you're investing in yourself. That has a lot to do with who you surround yourself around.
Right.
So going back to what I said earlier, get involved in circles. If you're not getting healing done by Kristen and I, find someone that you do trust.
Yes.
Someone that you can invoke your feelings onto, so that they can just hold that space for you. Because ideally what it really comes down to is just we want to be heard. And I laughed at Kristen about this concept, because this is a big reason why I wanted to start a podcast, because I felt misunderstood. Mm-hmm. I did. I knew I was. And now looking back, I had to go through these series of events to be able to teach this work. Not understanding why people were mean. I was always nice. Well, I never did anything.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, no matter what the case may be, it is important to, let your intuition take place on who you're sharing your energy with, mm-hmm. and take note, who are you feeling the best around once you leave? Do you feel amazing when you leave that space with your friend, or do you feel fucking drained? Mm-hmm. And if you're feeling drained, doesn't mean that you need to stop hanging out with that person, but maybe you should just need to create some boundaries so that you're not taking on their stress, their drama, all the things. If anything, your friends should be enriching and not always agreeing with your bullshit
and pushing you forward.
Yeah, because the story is it's bullshit. It doesn't fucking matter what the story is. The matter is you need something. You have something to reflect on. You got to do some work around it.
Yeah.
And then boom, it's gone. And then you move on and you bring in something that's going to shed some light, add to your purpose.
You know what? It just kind of it's highlighting right now. I'm so grateful for mine and Tiffany's friendship because I'll tell you, it's brought us to this place where if things happen, which they do, and there's miscommunications or there's different sort of things that come up, and it's all in the communicating and then how you deal with it. And it's so beautiful to have a friend, best friend, sister, freaking lifelong earthmate, soul star, Mintaka. Anyways, starseed. I could keep going. Mermaid. Fairy. Absolutely. All the things. And I'm so grateful because when Tiffany and I have something that pops up, we actually go and look within and we go there first. Instead of blaming or being the victim, we go, holy shit, life has gotten overwhelming or uncomfortable. And then we look at it. And then we go back to the drawing table and then we communicate about it. And even if we need a little bit of space because we have our own life going on, we give each other all those things because we're not seeking or looking for validation. We're actually going within and looking at, okay, where is this triggering me, or where do I need to go deeper and resolve some things? And I'll share, last week, I had so many things come up, and the way that the universe works when we get out of our own way was profound because there was a situation that popped up. I had this like little girl stuff come up. I had this like wanting like a validation or approval. I was thinking all these things. And it just so happened my dad's couldn't go to his appointment to see Lisa, my counselor. She's not mine, but you know, I'm going to own it. And so he couldn't go. And it was like Thursday, bang on. I was like, you don't even know. I'm like, Dad, I will take it. And it just worked out perfectly because then I was able to take what was present and go deep. So if you guys are dealing with something and you're just stuck there, you're not doing this alone. We aren't meant to do this alone. Why does Tiffany and I have a podcast together? Why do we do circles together? Because we're a damn fucking team and we both are in it to be there for each other as well as the collective. We bounce off ideas. We do healing together. We also do it separate, and we also communicate, take our boundaries, and take our space. We are both equally responsible for the role of our relationship as well as the ones with everyone else. So Tiffany and I are here. Lean into us, lean into the circles. And another thing we can throw in here is what Ruth had shared, the connection. Right? I'm like waiting for you to pick this one up.
This is, well, connection's like huge.
Her friend that she met in the circle. And then
that
kind of
connection.
Yes. Sorry.
Well, this is it. So we're developing a culture here of like-minded individuals. And a lot of the times you want to come to these circles just to meet new people. And that's what's happening. So one of our regular goers, our very good friend Ruth, made a new best friend through the circles. The circle even has been bringing together people that have never met, that have only ever been virtual friends, and they're coming and they're connecting.
Yeah, Camille and
Alicia.
Yes, that's next level.
Yes.
They actually physically never saw each other until last night at the circle.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like beautiful.
So, and this is what we shared at the circle. I'm telling you guys, like your bloodline is usually your trauma response, people that you choose to trigger you to make you evolve. Your soul family is usually called in later in life as you're on your path of discovery. Yes. So last night, and the light just went when you did that. Good, your energy is powerful. And what I shared last night is we've been doing this stuff for lifetimes, whether you believe in it or not. I'm sorry to tell you, you are a multidimensional being and you have been here or other planets multiple times. So I am not even surprised by 1 second when people come together and they feel this innate draw and connection. They exchange numbers and then that's it. It takes off from there like they've been best friends.
I love like how you always go back to like we've done this before, and that is definitely that's the concept.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of truth spread around past life, and what was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
Another thing that Tiffany and I, because we're so active in doing the circles and then energy exchanging and also our own personal practice, it will come back to you. It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm sending it there.
Thank you. Oh,
there we go.
Okay.
Perfect. I gave it to you.
So the power of connection.
Hold on. Zoom.
Well, I'm just going back to like the experience that we had at the circle when it comes to connecting with other people. And when you're making connections with other people, it can almost validate a little bit more of the path that you're on. And like Kristen said, the triggers that happen around you with the people that you're currently surrounded with that maybe are not pulling you into your higher access point, wherever.
I love that. Access point, vagina portal.
Actually, I just learned the pineal gland is the one part of your body that's developed first in the womb, and that is considered your access point.
Actually, no, I have to just jump in here because I just heard this too with Caitlin.
Yes.
Okay, so Caitlin, we love your stuff if you ever come across this. So
you hear about it, you can just feel it pucker.
So that's actually in between your butt,
your anus,
asshole, and your vagina,
like
the skin.
So
pineal gland is in your brain, just so you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
No, they thought it was the pineal gland, but it's the skin, it's the scrotum.
And which on a male. But so that is your access point and your connection to Mother Earth. I'm glad you're saying all this. This is perfect. So the fucking point of this is that access point, you guys have to remember what? What?
Your pineal gland.
I was like, what? I was like, hold on a minute. And this is why we don't edit or blooper. Your pineal gland is definitely not. I'm like, wait a minute. Misinformation. Pineal gland is not in the anus.
It's not behind the penis.
Has nothing to do. This is your brain. Yes, for some males, that's your brain. Holy Spirit, activate. Okay. So Caitlin Diana, which is also Caitlin Scott, I just did her Healers Rising, Awaken and Align 5-day course. It was complimentary, next fucking level. Actually, Shiona has done her
a lot of her
she's
practice.
been a lot of her practice, yes, with her.
Well, she offers so much information, so many courses. Like it's legit. I find it legitimate information because I hear the same information through other healers that we have we've worked with, and we trust the information that's coming through because it's kind of the same, and it's coming from their own perspective and their own experiences. So, this is what I wanted to say.
Okay. I'm ready.
I remember.
I'm ready.
Woo. When you hear this information, don't you feel like you kind of knew it? Mm-hmm. Don't you feel like you've kind of heard this before? Yeah. Because you have. Yeah. You have heard this, and it is familiar. And when we come onto this earth plane, we are designed to forget. And then we're designed to fulfill this life of like finding this purpose, the things that fill our heart. Not everybody gets on this plane, but don't it feel right when I say that?
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it feel you feel more connected to the source? To connect with source, to connect with self is to find purpose. Yeah. we all need a purpose to be able to flourish in this life,
Yes,
to
beautiful.
actually make it seem like work is not fucking work.
Yeah. What makes you get up in the morning?
Exactly.
What gives you that tingle? Like, Tiffany and I are jumping off of our fucking seats. Like, this is no joke. Like, when I pull a card and it's like, fuck, you are the oracle, I am through the roof. You can't even, like...
Well, the beautiful part when we're doing our meditations, especially our meditation circle, you're in that realm long enough that, I mean, even last night, it was literally only a 20-minute meditation, but the messages that the messages that people were getting
on their own
were very profound. And I know, like, obviously you can meditate for like 5 minutes just to give your brain a break, because there's so much influence going on around you, like I mentioned earlier. But when you get in a deep meditation, now you're connecting with not just only yourself, but source,
your team,
your fucking team.
Yeah.
So like, come check out the transformation circle, because there, like Kristen said, there is some really good technique and tools to help get you on your access, so that when you go into your meditation, you're fucking connected like now.
Yeah, and you're just going to practice, because some people that come have never meditated in their life, and you can tell because they're just like, they're not in themselves because they haven't been there before. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, because I get it. Like, for me before, to sit down and do a meditation, I wouldn't do it because I avoided being alone with my thoughts. So we want to help make it not so scary to be alone with your thoughts, and especially in a group setting with support. And just the healing sound that you have and the other person sitting beside you is like a big hug, because they're all there for the same reasons, is to find peace.
Well, it just definitely has a way of transferring energy and amplifying it. Totally. I mean, the way that we're designed as humans, like how is it that we're like able to transfer energy in that way when we know that we can transfer negative energy? Why can't we transfer positive?
We can.
I think there's enough stats that show that there is an energy field between, like, having a Reiki session.
Huge.
When you're coming in with attention. Now, there's another thing that I wanted to bring up. You could do all this fucking work and utilize all these tools, but if you are not getting to the deep-rooted reason of why you're doing what you're doing, or why you're thinking what you're thinking, and releasing that shit, you're never going to move forward. You're always going to stay stuck, and you're going to just be this
spiritual bypasser.
Exactly.
I've been there, I've done it.
Someone with useless knowledge, because you can share these tools, but you can't share your experience because you're not actually doing the work. So when we have these triggers and we have these releases, they're there for a fucking reason. And they're actually to help mold who you are. Don't suppress that shit. Why are you holding back to who you really are? Yeah. Work through it. Yes, it's fucking painful for 2 seconds. Why not do that instead of a lifetime of pain?
Yeah.
And actually doing that also breaks the cycle with your family naturally. Not even your ancestors. The people that are around you. You don't even have to fucking say anything. You take a shift like that, I got goosebumps all over me. Yeah. Your kids, your husband, your family, your cousins, whoever the fuck you're close to, they're going to shift automatically. Yeah. Isn't that bizarre? Isn't that bizarre how we can actually change the frequency of the world around us just by changing our concept?
Beautiful.
Wow.
When you heal, I heal. You know why? Because we are all one. Really good, TT. Good download.
Wow.
We are all one. That is it. It doesn't matter. Everybody is a mirror. We are all one. So it's like,
I feel that. I feel that connection when, when we're in the circle. Or
I know.
When we're having, like, you're having a deep conversation with somebody, or even when you, like, see someone and you can just see the pain in their eyes and you just want to hold them. Like, that's connection. Or you see someone attractive and you're like, oh, honey, that's connection. You see them. You see them.
Yes.
And
beautiful.
I love it.
Girl! And another thing is, so just look out again raw meditation, raw transformation, completely two different things.
Yeah.
We are going to also continue to add our pop-ups, and the pop-ups are going to be on a larger scale now because it's just needed.
Well,
the peeps are asking.
Yeah, and we're coming into like beautiful weather. So this is not beyond us you're going to find us in a fucking park with 50 people
doing meditation,
doing all the
movement.
things.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm super floored, super excited. I'm so proud of everybody that's leaning in.
Same.
If you have any hesitations to going to any circle or reaching out to any mentor, check your ego at the door because there's just no room for it. That's what's holding you back from transforming. So transform. Step into who you really are. What is your purpose? If you don't know your purpose right now, that's fine. Do you know how long it took me to find out what mine was? Like I was on this like soul search journey, finding my purpose, and it really had everything to do with who I was surrounding myself with, trying different things, just being open to things that I know that are better for my greater good.
And how you were monitoring like how you felt leaving the environment or the next day. Like really monitor what you're putting. It's your choice. It's your choice what you put into your body. It's a mind, body, soul connection. And remember that you got to bring your body forward. So we're these spiritual beings, multi-dimensional beings. And what happens is our higher selves just want to go forward. And then our body lags back. So we get ailments, injuries, disease, and stressors and all this because we're riddling it with all these things that are not serving our greatest good. And something that Caitlin shared is she does this, which I'm prompting everybody to do now, is an alive column and a dead column. Everything that makes your body feel alive, mind and soul, and then everything that makes it feel dead, please make a column for yourself, make it visible so you can say how many things a week or a day am I checking off that is alive or dead? And then you can hold yourself accountable and say, well, I did all these things that I've already know make me feel dead. There's my answer of why I feel dead. So really hold yourself accountable. It's a great tool.
It is a good tool because what if you're listing out the things that make you dead and then you check them off and then you still have this feeling? Sometimes just saying it's just not yours. So if you're sitting with these feelings of discomfort or you're uneasy, do what Kristen said. List out your shit. And if it's not on there and you're still feeling that way, you got some releasing to do. And you don't need to know what the source is. You just get like...
Let it go.
Let it go. This is not... If whatever is not serving my soul, my greater good, be gone. Yeah. Leave me. Leave my body. And
talk to your body. Yeah. And talk to your body. Yeah. It's like literally... Oh, we're getting all... Yes. Return to sender. Anything that is not of mine, release now. However you want to do it. You can snap, you can stomp, whatever. Do these things. They might seem silly to you, but they're not. They work.
You can heal your body.
Yes. And that was what I was going to say. So what you're putting into your body, there's chemicals, there's perfumes, there's toothpaste, there's fluoride, the laundry detergent. Check yourself. And this is a big thing that Caitlin actually even talked about. I've been on this path for a long time of removing a lot of chemicals and things and juicing and all those types of things. So our body needs the nutrients and it needs to come with us. And if you're finding that you're stuck and you're not coming forward and it's like, oh, I'm doing all this work, but what you're putting into your body are not that healthy, or maybe you're drinking more or you're leaning into other substances, it's time to check yourself. Because your body, the only way it can come forward is if you're bringing it with light and love as well. If you're feeling it with dense, dark heaviness, it's not coming with you. So good.
I'm just laughing because I'm on day 3 of like a gut protocol that I'm doing with my team. This is a beautiful program, but I am tired and
you're feeling it.
Yeah, I'm really feeling it. Like, and I'm being very kind to my body. And this is a really good indication of how my body's been functioning for the last little while. I'm just so happy spring break is over. Because like when the kids are home, I don't know. I just try to ride it, and it's no sense of trying to restructure a new plan, a new routine during that time. If anything, it almost goes out the door, because now it's like the me time's gone.
Right, 24/7.
24/7 just never stops. But I do still am very kind to myself. I will have my quiet time. I will have my baths.
Have to.
Yes. Go for I just started walking again, like going for
Awesome.
longer walks, because my knee